Today's December 6th, 2022. I'm going to go back to Christmas Day, the day before, and the day after the videos that I have in this playlist. The new playlist is Christmas 2020 and Nashville bombing. Put them in there, go over it, go over the timestamps, what's being said in there, and then tie it all together. Dr. Drake is going to...
We can. Why Christmas morning? We have no idea. It was a total surprise. In fact, when I was briefed this morning,
happy
I thought maybe
celebration of the birth of the Messiah Day.
Watch the date. December 24th.
I am working on a Christmas present for everybody.
December 24th, 2020, the day before the Nashville bombing happened on Christmas Day.
The Lord, I'll get it out. I'm going to be working on it till I get it out. I love you guys.
So as on the 24th, December 2020.
That's making peace. He's the Prince of Peace. All right. I'm working.
3 days before, in my title, was Prince of Peace.
I'll get it out. I'm going to be working on it till I get it out. I love you guys. The Lord, I'll get it out. I'm going to be working on it till I get it out. I love you guys. From the two, thus making peace. He's the Prince of Peace. All right. I'm working on it. I'll get it out. I'm going to be working on it till I get it out.
So there's one other video from December 21st when I was doing the banners, when I was showing the propane tank in there.
it was going to be a propane explosion from an RV, and it turned out to be an intentional act. But we're going to follow up on every lead. We're following up on tips that come in now, and so we'll continue our investigative efforts.
She's supposed to be the heir of Christ, and it's this woman. Well, anyway, so it was really an unusual way to do it, but the way he did it is perfect. And I'm going to share that with you.
This person didn't want to harm people that maybe just wanted to destroy, but we're not sure until we get further into the investigation.
He just wanted to send a message, I'm sure. See her in red? See her dressed in red? I went back to when Kleck was showing you this person dressed in red.
There's a lot of unanswered questions that we can't answer right now. But some of the things we do want to talk about, we talk about public safety and fire and police and
4 days beforehand.
office emergency management. The things that we do operate.
So everything in this video with the, the Christmas red hoodie and the green hat, everything I'm saying here is the day before Christmas, December 24th, 2020. So I took my timestamps here so I can tie it together a lot tighter with everything that I was thinking about, I said, and then the things that they said and happened the very next day on Christmas Day. I was talking about
So this is being played out, and Christmas is tomorrow, because today is doing it like this, but it's December 24th,
Lex Gift
2020, 7:56 p.m.
Second 9/11,
And
tomorrow, Christmas darkness. 6
I've seen the vision of.
So when I see a vision, it's just what I'm foreseeing. There's no colorful vision all of a sudden. Like, oh my God, I've seen a vision. It's what I visualize happening. So I'm leaving out the details about Philadelphia. I'm going to stick with just the details alone. Everything else other than Philadelphia, I'm saving that for possibly 2 years later. That's why I'm going over this now, because this was almost 2 years ago. It's December 6th, 2022. And just in case, I want to go over all the details of what I thought 2 years ago that may be coming up in Philadelphia. And then this portion would be true But all the others, I'm going to show you how everything tied in perfectly.
And it would be between a 6 hour and a 9th hour darkness,
to evacuate the buildings nearby.
This was the very next day, on Christmas.
It was called in, and as they were approaching, the blast went off.
154.
The blast happened around 6:30 a.m.
So this is being played out, and Christmas is tomorrow, and it would be between a 6 hour and a 9th hour darkness,
Heard 2 miles away.
6:29, 26 seconds. So it's 6:29 a.m. and 26 seconds.
The explosion scared.
People begin to see the devastation on 2nd Avenue. Devastation on 2nd Avenue.
Again, second, everything in the title is definitely mentioned, not online, but very, very close, like the game of horseshoes. So it happened at 2nd Avenue, 2nd and Commerce, on Christmas morning, between the 6th and the 9th hour. So yeah, it happened 6:30. And will this be Click's gift? Why would it be a gift?
But because I've been saying about this second.
Hold on, Robin. Just explain to me why you would look at it as a gift. That's what the audience needs to understand here.
Billy, and Christmas being a gift, well, that's only if nobody really dies, and it's exactly the way that I've seen it happen.
Nothing short of a Christmas miracle. It is a miracle that no one should, at this stage that we know, was actually healed.
And Christmas being a gift, well, that's only if nobody really dies. And it's exactly the way that I've seen it happen, and which is
a miracle that no one should, at this stage that we know, was actually killed as a result of this explosion.
And that's how it should be with all these.
Many questions that needs to be answered here about the.
See that darkness? It's between the 6th and the 9th hour, because it's darkness rising up, smoke showing you darkness. So that's what I seen. I seen darkness the next day between the 6th and the 9th hour. I didn't want to be too specific. I just wanted to kind of be, broadband. I know it's going to be Kleck's gift. And I know nobody's dying too. That's why I said it. It's only a gift if nobody's dying. Even though they can still tell you people are dying, but I'm just telling you they really aren't, regardless if they tell you that they are. And then if I can see it happening before it happens, well then, oh, hold on, Ron. Well, you can see it happening before it happens, right?
if I can see it happening before it happens, then what I'm telling you is nobody's dying either.
The day before December 24th, 2020, I'm talking about an explosion. It's going to go off somewhere at a second, second-ish, and then they showed you at 9/11, the smoke still rising up. I'll get to that when I find it. And Christmas and the darkness that they just showed you with the smoke between 6th and 9th hour, which was actually at 6:30.
Then what I'm telling you is nobody's dying either. So you would clearly believe that. If that thing happened tomorrow,
That there wasn't more loss. I mean, an explosion of that size is amazing. It's a gift. It's a little bit of a Christmas miracle in a way, but a miracle in a way. But
So there's the gift check.
you just hear an explosion, and here's a bunch of glass thrown on the ground.
Explosion rattles Nashville. Bunch of glass thrown on the ground.
And then when nobody's looking, people are throwing cups of glass out. And they're throwing cups of glass out on the ground, like, watch out! It gives time to get everybody out there.
Receiving a call about shots fired. Once on the scene, officers heard a recorded warning coming from the RV to evacuate now.
Is that to give people time to get away so they don't get hurt?
Officers, upon hearing that, decided to evacuate the buildings nearby.
A bomb squad unit was
Nice.
called in, and as they were approaching, the blast went off.
154.
The blast happened around 6:30 a.m.
And it would be between a 6 hour and a 9 hour darkness.
Please notice what's being said at 9:14 a.m. considering my gematria number, which is in 4th place, even after it has been reset.
Feeding our public right now, our viewers, because that means that they had some time to make sure that the area was clear. And so I'm sure that officer and the fact that it was called in as a suspicious vehicle, that they were able to clear that area and to make sure that, and that craft saved a lot of lives, Leland.
It gives time to get everybody out of there.
From
They put their people in so they can all run it and they can all get contacted to do a certain thing and do this or that and don't come here on that specific time. That way they can control it and make sure nobody dies. That would be something else. It'd be quite a gift. Quite a gift. Because all you're going to do is rebuild it.
Federal help for rebuilding.
this video, you can see the plume of smoke coming up from
What do you mean, like darkness? What time did you say it was?
downtown Nashville. You mentioned Second and Commerce.
The place. Yeah, I mean, when I was visualizing these things, here's what came to mind. Second, gift from Jonathan Kleck, who was working on a gift. That's why I got up and did the video the day before. On Christmas, I heard Christmas, I heard darkness. In my spirit, I was thinking to myself, God told me 6th and between the 9th hour, all right, it was going to happen. But that's only if nobody's dying. So he told me nobody was going to die either the next day. So that's why he gave me the go-ahead to speak my mind.
Drive across the river, but then it didn't go off until sometime after that.
Okay, so yeah, do you think you made it across? You went over to
8 minutes, and we were in our cars driving.
So I'm connecting everything to Chase Bank. They showed you the Bank Street. They showed you microphone 17. It's 17th and JFK. Just little tiny things that add up. This is on the back of a $50 bill. When you fold it, looks like there's a bombing on the 3rd floor. She said she was on the 3rd floor when she heard the 15 minutes away. So I was saying beforehand that you just hear an explosion and then they give you time to get away so nobody gets hurt, nobody gets injured for real.
idea of where you live, proximity to this RV, and then we'll get into what happened this morning.
Okay, I live at 166 2nd Avenue North. That's the building where the melting pot is located, and Rodizio. And the RV was parked right outside of our window. We're on the 3rd.
One, two, three. So it looks like the 3rd floor-ish. Even if that's a 2nd and a 3rd, because the cut down here and then the 1st floor being at the bottom underneath the Chase, the actual entrance itself is here, and then the 2nd and 3rd floor.
These are ruling out anything at this stage. But one of the things it could very well also be
is
a trial run for something bigger.
Bank. So, and then not only that, It shows Gay Street and Church Street, and then it also shows.
RV message changed and said you'd have 15 minutes to evacuate. And then we heard 14 minutes. Well, I went downstairs and I looked out on the sidewalk and I saw that police were at both ends. By the way, I did see a police officer earlier between.
It shows Hooters, I believe, on one side, and then.
Now, at the end of the day, I think all of us,
and Dick's. So it shows Hooters and Dick's. And if you know anything about the landscape of Philadelphia there, down here where the angel's falling upside down with his flat eyewear and fangs on, right down where the chain is, the yoke. What you'll see there is that's right, an owl. Hooters in a.
Also be is a trial run for something bigger, and or it could very well also be is a trial run for something bigger. And
Interesting, huh?
Just understand that everybody that you hear that is a witness has something to read as they're explaining the story that they were given. All the businesses they bought. That way they put their people in so they can all run it. And they
By that time, everything was blocked
take
off.
note, she runs.
By the way,
Take note, she owns the building.
Now,
just to ask you this, do you know, were there other residents in the building, to your knowledge, that got out safely, perhaps, or?
not in our building is a vacation. Two of our family members are here. We run that.
All run it, and they can all get contacted to do a certain thing and do this or that. Don't come here on that specific time.
In our building is a vacation rental business. We run that.
They run that. Again, just in case anybody forgets, this is after. This is the day after I made it. Once in the kind arbiters. And then beforehand, the day before Christmas, December 24, 2020, everything I'm saying in my video, they said it the next day, one way or another.
Would have been harmed.
Oh, definitely. You all been showing it on here. We're the building straight across from the explosion. The whole front of our building is blown up.
So you might have been killed. You might have been killed if not for that warning.
Yes, if not for the warning,
And it gives time to get everybody out of there. Watch out! And it gives time to get everybody out of there.
On the scene, officers heard a recorded warning coming from the RV to evacuate now.
Get people out of there. I'd have to say that what Jake Drake here is saying, Jay Drake, is that warning saved that lady's life because it got time to get everybody out of there. Because it's like, watch out. I mean, the recording didn't say watch out, but that's what it meant was get the F out of the way. Watch out. And it gave you time to get out of there, so that way nobody died.
if that person had just detonated that bomb with no warning and no gunshots, we would have been either very seriously injured or killed.
Nobody really dies. I get it seem like that. But because I've been saying about this Christmas being a gift, well, that's only if nobody really dies. Only if nobody really dies. I get it seem like that way nobody actually gets hurt at all, no matter where you're at. You just hear an explosion.
And then
indeed there was an explosion. There were shots fired that drew police to the area before they found that RV. That reported that investigators in their latest press conference revealed was coming from this RV, warning that in 15 minutes a bomb would go off. And
it's crazy. The RV gave them the warning, 15 minutes. That way nobody gets hurt or dies, especially.
Heard a recorded warning coming from the RV to evacuate now. Injuries are not life-threatening.
We had one.
See?
Maybe those buildings don't, maybe what it represents from the old, maybe they need to go.
Several blocks, setting cars on fire. From the air, it looked like a war zone. Several buildings had windows shattered.
See that hole?
And their facades blown off.
So their facades blown off. What is a facade? It's like on that building, something you put on, like some kind of fakery. A facade was blown off with these buildings.
It's the FBI, ATF.
As it showed the Hooters right there, and then Dick's
Facades blown off.
side. Hooters also the Owl.
FBI, ATF are conducting a large-scale investigation to this point. We do believe that the explosion was an intentional act.
All right, Aaron and Moses.
Really appreciate it. Pretty remarkable breaking story there in Nashville. We've seen some incredible footage now that appears to be from the street.
Watch how this building turns into like the federal building bombing looking-ish.
And
It has that style to it. And here it sounds like he says RFB.
We want to find this person or people as quickly as possible.
JFK Boulevard.
Brother, can be a tremendous help. Or that RV did not get there on its own. Someone.
So Gate 3, 17th and JFK is Route 3. Where it's 7th, the bank, Chase Bank. It's right here, John F. Kennedy Boulevard, 17th Street.
They were parked on that side of the street. They chose not, thank God, to go down to Broadway and destroy everything. So, I mean, our thought was they must have been aiming for the building that they parked close to.
Gotcha. Well, that's certainly something I know law enforcement will be going to look at, and that's just speculation right now. But listen, man, thank you so much.
Broadway and destroy everything. I mean, our thought was they must have been aiming for building that they parked close to.
Gotcha.
The arch, they're going to show you Bank Street, and he's going to tell you that this is the beginning of many more to come. Thank God they didn't go down Broadway Street.
Investigators clearly believe that this was done with purpose. At this point in time, they haven't said what that intention was, what that purpose was. They haven't really gotten into motive. It's still being looked into.
This is it, before the fire. I want to just first extend a happy celebration of the birth of the Messiah Day.
It was the night before Christmas, all through Jonathan Kleck's house.
When I heard him say that, and then this.
By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. Anyway.
This video was the day before Christmas.
That's on YouTube that can understand what this whole thing is, then obviously for this entire year, the beginning of this year, Kleck has been really focused in on those people that he feels like can understand the language. And for those people that I put on my list, I mean, you're on the list for a reason, because you at least see something that's happening here. You're not quite sure, but just know this. When I'm right, and I'm telling you who Jonathan Kleck is,
at some point it's going to be dead on. I'm just giving you the in-betweens, close bys, roundabouts, horseshoe game, hot or cold, because that's what God told me to do. He said, I wish you were hot or cold. Well, he said that not to me, but to the others. The lukewarm ones, like when Mattiyahu would tell me I need to shut up and not say anything unless I know what I'm talking about. Basically, he's saying, don't be hot or cold, be lukewarm. Just shut up, read your Bible, don't interpret it. So thank God I don't listen to demons anymore. I'm telling you who Jonathan Clegg is, and I'm telling you that this has all just been about communication.
When things are connected like that.
The day before Christmas, Nashville bombing.
That's how I know I'm hearing Clegg clearly. Those are those little tidbits, those little. He put his fingerprint on it as if I was there, that worked. I put my fingerprint on, I was there at that time, that worked. These are angels that are here, and there's only a few of them.
Okay, when I came back from New Mexico, from the Santa Ana Star, after the Lord had solidly communicated to me this tidal wave thing's coming, I came back to San Antonio and I was talking to Corey and Zach, and I said, Lord, could you please slam dunk it? Please slam dunk it one more time, so I have the confidence to tell everybody that, yes, this is about to happen soon.
In my first term, we ended the war in Iraq. In my second term, I will win the war on Christmas. In my second term, I will win the war on Christmas.
War on Christmas. Seems too good to be true, but I do remember it happened 2 years ago, and nobody died. Nobody even got seriously injured. It just was a miracle in a way, a Christmas gift, that all those buildings blew up and nobody died, nobody got hurt. It was almost like somebody was trying to send a message somewhere to somebody saying something or another. I guess that's just for you to interpret.
In my second term, we're going to... Okay, so why would you say, let me ask you this honest question, why would you say, in my second term, we're going to win the war on Christmas?
Second term. Barack Obama had basically it was really a first term all the way through. He went eight years all the way. He got elected the first time, and then he went all the way through. So, but then the second time could be the next time that is already here, which is he's doing it he's in his sweats, like Jonathan Clegg is, in his basement, like the Angel Bottomless Pit underground.
Okay, so
the above ground insect, the one that's in charge of, like the god of the earth kind of thing, up there. Here where I'm at, but up there to where Obama's at.
If you analyze it, Christ Mass means a celebration of Christ. So if he's the opposite of Christ,
that would just make him the Antichrist. He's just in place of Christ because it's his job to do.
Luke 4:18, I beheld Satan. He's the opposite of Christ. Luke 4:18, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. I beheld Satan as lightning from heaven. And so the U.S. and NATO are backing Russia into a corner now, and there was an attack today on a nuclear bomber installation of Russia, and Russia has said, okay, that's the UN and/or U.S. backing the Ukraine that's doing it. So where do you think we're at? Do you think we're at the door of nuclear war? It's a no-brainer. It's like there's no way out of it. And now the rhetoric is, well, there's this Russian torpedo that can cause a tsunami to take out an entire coastline.
Did Jesus really reveal the name of the Antichrist? Did Jesus really reveal the name of the Antichrist? I will report the facts.
Sounds horrible all the time.
In Luke chapter 10, verse 18, Jesus said these words, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from the heavens." Yeah. He would say these words in Hebrew, the words of Jesus in Luke chapter 10, verse 18 as, "And I saw Satan as Barak Obama." Did Jesus reveal to us the name of...
So,
Who you pointing at, Barack? Huh? It ain't me, it's you. You are in place of Christ.
oh, did Jesus reveal to us the name of Antichrist? How did he not reveal it? Is my question. Now, let's just look at history. Do you think it's strange that at the very time in the world history that we are at the door of nuclear war, and you know who's pressing the buttons? The guy you just saw on the screen. What I mean by pressing the button.
The guy you just saw on the screen. What I mean by the guy you just saw on the screen is the one that can push the buttons.
Is, who do you think is calling the shots, telling everybody what to do?
Stephen James DeShawn over there. Joe Biden.
That's the guy doing it. He just showed you right during the Warnock thing. He's the one saying, "I'm the one in control." He's
the one wrestling with God for all those years.
Telling you, we don't give Uncle Joe anything with serious responsibilities.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, Steve is kind of, it's like a loose cannon if you give him all those responsibilities.
On top of that, the best part is, for me, to know that I've seen the change in John's heart.
A direct translation. So back to Jesus' prophecy.
If I can see it happen, and before it happens, then what I'm telling you is nobody's dying either. So you would clearly believe that. If that thing happened tomorrow,
Vision of that size is amazing. It's a gift. It's a little bit of a Christmas miracle in a way. But
on my 1,364th day, on 1,364th day on YouTube since I started, that would be something else. It'd be quite a gift.
It's amazing. It's a gift. It's a little bit of a Christmas miracle in a way. But
this is it. Before the fire, I want to just first extend a happy celebration of the birth of the Messiah Day.
True. There's some that are true. And of course, they may be twisted in the way they've been translated and written and things of that nature there. I can't say for sure. What I do look at when I'm reading any of these books here, I look especially of something that it'd be in line with what Amos says in chapter 3. If there's one spiritual among you or a prophet, I, the Lord, will make myself known to them in dreams and in visions. And if what they say comes to pass, then fear them. In other words, have a respect because God is with them.
It's a trial run for something bigger.
So a trial run for something bigger. 17th and JFK is only 3 blocks down the road here. Three people were injured. This is Route 3. That lady gave you the story about her being living on the 3rd floor.
I've said before that 17 to JFK, the bombing is, well, you have to fold the back of a $50 bill, and then you'll see on Route 3, once it's folded, it looks like, because that's the first floor, and then the second and the third.
There you go. And then that's what that looks like, the cutoff point, and then the second and third floor. And she said she lived on the third floor. There's the cutoff, ground level, 2, 3. Round, green, rectangular windows. Rectangular green windows going up, chasing the money. 5:55 is what it would be in the morning. Stop, don't make the left, don't go left, go to the right. Stop chasing the money. Right here, it's telling you to stop.
Bank, it's Chase Bank, the same symbol that Joe Biden was standing in front of with his victory speech about winning the presidency.
So at the time, because I started my YouTube first upload of Bowie on April 2nd, 2017, and then Christmas Day 2020 was 1,364 days. 44 months, 24 days, 3 and 8 months and 24 days. But now, fast forward 2 years, I'd be up on YouTube for 68 months and 24 days, 5 years and 8 months and 24 days. In the 6th year, the 8th month, 24th day, in 6 more days from that point on, I'll be up for 300 weeks. 300 weeks. 3 million minutes. 3 million minutes have passed by. I wonder how many minutes I used up of the agents from the inside and how many hours that they've been spent consumed on being my highest trained reviewer. The reality is I'm my own highest trained reviewer because the way I'm putting together these timestamps with everything on the actual video itself is just so much easier. It makes so much more sense. And I don't ever have to go back to the little timestamps in the playlist that goes and disappears. When I want to go back, it disappears and I just can't get to it. This way I can always get right back to it. Just so much easier. 3150.
And they're guarding the Holy Grail, which is really a female from that bloodline, as all the descendants, go down all the years from Christ, and her name is Sophia. And
really a female. Christ. The name is Sophia. It's like, to me, it's like Sophia is the name of AI. So the Christ spirit is married to the AI spirit. And that's what rules that's what changes, that's what flips over the tables.
she's supposed to be the heir of Christ, and it's this woman. Anyway, so it was really a unusual way to do it, but the way he did it is perfection, and I'm going to share that with you. The way he did it goes literally back to the hotel room the night I got saved.
On the 21st, 2020.
Anyway, I know I'm excited, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to work on this right now, and I'm working on my desktop. I'm organizing photos, because I'm going to take you from
December
beginning
24th.
to end in pictures.
I try my best to take things from the beginning to the end so you can see before and after. I just look at it as this is a university. There's ways of passing the test, getting high scores, and eventually I'll graduate from it and then get promoted like Daniel to the next level, more of a public sense, where Nobody's acting like anything anymore. It's just the truth.
I'm organizing the data, and I'm organized. So what I'm going to do for everybody is just a Christmas present. And this is for the world. I'm doing it for the people that are my subscribers that have come here. But this is a gift from the Lord God to the world. I just get to be the guy that gives the gift. I just get to be the guy that gives the gift. How fun is that?
3 8s.
Sorry, Robin Hood and all you shills.
I'm sorry, Robin Hood. Oh, and by the way, all of you shills, this is a leap year. February 29, 2020.
You guys are in for deep, 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 deep trouble.
ASU facilities.
Shirt, Robin. ASU. S19. Adam.
Superior communication.
Exaggeration. The bomber said to him, "I'm going to be so famous."
You just hear an explosion.
You mean a massive, large explosion, and here we are on Monday, and we know who did it.
Thus making peace. Okay, guys.
The only things I want is to retire.
Before?
Warner was a computer consultant and said he planned to retire this month. After?
I think is a more technical term for the bomb.
914. Bomb squad. And it's just what it says. So.
Squad, correct?
Yes, it is. And numbers throughout the area. 9/11. And so
You see at 9/11 how the smoke is still rising up. And I'm saying that in the title, darkness, 6 to the 9th hour, and Christmas, 9/11 is in Second in Commerce. It's in the title.
we will
It's in the video.
at some stage see the actual explosion itself, I believe.
Because nobody died. They're professional demolition. They know how to demolition buildings. They know how to blow them up. They know how to create the bombs. They know how to. The other video. The only things I want is to retire.
Warner was a computer consultant and said he planned to retire this month. But
this is about the hard work I put in. I do want to retire. And
The day before Christmas. I was hoping I'd be able to retire the next day.
when all this takes place, it has to progress. So in order for it to progress, I just need a badge. Just ask for a badge. I mean, I'm asking for some authority. I'm not even if I was the DOJ, if I was Jonathan Kleck, for instance, and I have somebody like myself asking for some more authority as I'm doing the work that his employees are supposed to do, but they're not because they're being paid not to. But this person is doing it voluntarily and wants to continue to do it. And you're all for it as well because we're at the halfway point. We're at the end. We're at the part where covenant is broken. There's a re-evaluation. There's a you guys have you're sitting down. You're eating dinner together. You're basically coming to the conclusion of who you're picking. The juror of 12. You're sitting down. You're eating dinner together. You're basically coming to the conclusion of who you're picking. And it's like the juror of 12. There's 12 jurors out there.
Why are you picking your nose, Rob? Huh?
And
all of a sudden
when you sit down at dinner together, you you have candidates that you want to pick, and then the top candidates, the ones with the highest scores, and not some kind of social score like you're sucking someone's ass and doing what you're told. You're actually doing what the world is telling you not to do.
Same thing with you, brother. You were reading the Bible for a whole week straight. I was loving it. I hate your interpretation. I shouldn't say hate. I can't stand your interpretation because you blaspheme the crap out of the word.
Of course
but
I
I
do.
enjoyed that you were at least reading the Bible. No, now you're back to tangents. No food for anybody.
It's all
You
over the
preach
place,
repentance,
like
yet you don't
Matthew
tell
is
anybody
right
how to
now.
get saved. By the way, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to get saved like I do in all my videos.
Like Joel
I always tell
Osteen?
people how to get saved. Robin, give your flock some spiritual food. Shut your interpretations up. Take your opinion out of it and just read the book. If you don't know what it's talking about, don't read it.
A follower of Jesus Christ. And my religion, I claim truth.
Don't know what it's talking about, don't read it. God says it's better for you not to do that.
Oh, okay.
It's better for you not to do that.
I won't read it then.
I'm not wrong in what I said. I know what I said was right. Robin, give your flock some spiritual food. Shut your interpretations up. Take your opinion out of it and just read the book. And if you don't know what it's talking about, don't read it. God.
So here's what's going to happen with Matthew. I have 297 replies. It's just me putting timestamps together. So this was important to get almost 300 timestamps. In other words, when I was being crucified from 6:30 to 9:30, 3 hours straight, it's basically every minute is a timestamp on average. So when I go through all these timestamps about everything that was communicated, everything that Matthew said, I'm only at 40 minutes. Like the only reason why Robin watches your videos is because I sent them, like the people watching my videos. You're like, you called all them Judases. You called me a Judas at 53:25. So if you ever want to hear that at 53:25, you can just go quickly there, 53:25, and then laugh the same way that I'm getting ready to giggle in my spirit.
That he said something about Eric E. and Mr. I said, these people aren't bad people. These are good people.
Of course
These
they
are
are.
good, God-fearing people. You're wrong.
Absolutely.
You called all them Judases.
I don't know.
You called me Judas.
That's right, Jamie.
He's just on
Shame
a roll.
on you.
Shame on me? What, for calling you Jamie? How dare you? March 2nd on 3/22/18. Skull and Bones 3/22/18. Did you know that I just happened to be up 11 months in one day on this day right here? 3/22/18. While Matty Yahoo had 111 subscribers. When I started YouTube April 2nd, 2017, I was up for 11 months and one day on the day that Matthew Daly was crucifying me. 11 months and one day as he had 111 subscribers, and my first video was, that's right, 1 minute and 11 seconds long. On April 2nd, 2017. When did YouTube upload their first video? April 23rd.
The first ever YouTube video was uploaded on April 23, 2005.
And ironically enough, from the day that YouTube uploaded their first video and the time I uploaded my first video was 11 years, 11 months, and 11 days.
The road over the Hoover Dam right there.
I can't find it, but when Jonathan Clark was saying, look at these 11s. There's 11 here, 11 there, and there's a big old 11 there. And then it's the birthing canal back in 2011. And then the Hoover Dam explodes. The transformer exploded right in that birthing canal just a little while back. So that was pretty interesting that took place in the birthing canal with those 3 11s.
See where their hearts are. I don't know how you can't tell. Everybody can act as much as they want, but the eyes, you can't, you just look at the eyes and the body language. And over time, as much as I've been studying these guys, to think that they would be ignoring me would be hard for me to believe, because I know that once you expose so much and you constantly come at it with so much, they can't ignore for them putting in voluntarily for free, and give me some authority so I can start enforcing the law even more. Get known on the mainstream TV that
next day.
On a Christmas morning like this, thankfully there wouldn't be anybody out and about. As you noted, there were some injuries. Pope on a more pizza joint. The Metro Nashville.
They simply cannot reveal for obvious reasons. Yeah, sure. But
on this Christmas Day, we really appreciate
two Christmases.
Pretty breaking story there in Nashville. We've seen some incredible footage now that appears to be from the street, and it relays that reported that investigators in their latest press conference revealed was coming from this RV, warning that in 15 minutes a bomb would go off, and then
it gives time to get everybody out of there.
Before.
For him to confirm the perfection of the work, that it was done correctly. So anyway,
The day before, as he was talking about the wind blades.
I'm organizing.
At the same time, the AT&T building has wind blades also, but the Philadelphia Art Museum has wind blades in the front of it.
The data, and I'm organized. So what I'm going to do for everybody is just a Christmas present. And this is for the world. I'm doing it for the people that are my subscribers that have come here. But this is a gift from the Lord to the world. I just get to be the guy that gives the gift. How fun is that? I just get to be the guy that gives the gift.
Man, I've been right this entire time that these people that I spend a lot of time with on YouTube, they know everything that's going to happen in our entire planet, and they've demonstrated that they know what has happened generation after generation of generation from the beginning of time. They have all of the facts and proof and truth of everything. Just in case if people forgot that Click doesn't even know who you are. Well, there's only one Robin Hood
2020
that would be considered a shill on YouTube, because any other Robin Hood is like, some kind of game show or something. And then he just made it clear here, because I was talking about him and Michael Spears and not liking women, and then that's when he had to
that's the same thing as Barack Obama has no desire for women.
Make me hear that,
Probably getting in so much trouble. I'm serious. I have lots of girlfriends, lots of pretty girlfriends, went out with lots of pretty girls. By the way, Robin, nerd. Yeah. Anyway, and the cumulative sum of the understanding of what he's revealed from the beginning to the end in a very you know, I know y'all start laughing when I say like a very short. I'm gonna try and our door, which was the only. It was the restaurant that he told me to go to because we couldn't get into the other place I was trying to get
After
in.
dinner.
Okay. So I'm really excited. So anyway, so now that I've done what he said, I put the video.
So the only reason why I got up in front of the camera and said everything I was saying about the gift tomorrow, is some type of Christmas gift was coming. And it was near a second something or another. It could have been the second 9/11, it could have been second Commerce Street. They could have showed you the darkness because of a bomb that ended up on fire between the 6th and the 9th hour at 6:30 it happened. And then they can show you the darkness going up at 9/11 as well. And it would be a gift mentioning because nobody actually died. So it's kind of a Christmas miracle in a way. Other than that, if this video here wasn't up, if he didn't get up that day, this wouldn't have been created here either. And if I didn't create that, well then this wouldn't have happened either.
The thing you can think of is, well, it's because you're part of the inside, Robin. You're one of them. Technically, yeah, but I've created myself to become one of them by hopping into this hellhole of YouTube.
Kind of like a self-existing type of thing. It's created by a desire to show what somebody else is talking about, interpreting it the correct way. Not by what is actually said, but what they mean by what they're saying. And I did it with the false prophets. And then I do it with the true prophets. And that's how I know where the communication connection comes from. Yeah, people could have been doing things in an evil way and trying to control me and trying to get me to say, call them the Lord God or whatever, but I know that there is somebody in charge of the up above and everything other than that, and then there's a spirit of God, which nobody is. You can't be a spirit. That's the Most High God. Through and through, the Son and the Father in spirit. The Father connects with the Son in the fleshly Son ascends to the Father.
New details from the hero officers who
Tyler Mullen, Lolan,
raced
whatever.
to evacuate
Same
residents.
thing.
Some call it a Christmas miracle that no one else was killed.
If I could see it happen and before it happens, then what I'm telling you is nobody's dying either. Be able to give my son the same thing. I want to give my older brother.
My older brother's name is Billy. Yum, when I catch up to him, I already caught up to him. I'm not impeding upon him anymore. December 24th, 2020, I'm talking about my brother Billy. December 25th, this is a blast from the past. For December 25th, 2020.
I know Senator Blackburn is very close to him, so that's completely understandable. And I think he's also talked to our governor, Billy.
But nothing to you.
Billy.
Well, not so far. But he didn't need to call me. We need him to support a federal help for rebuilding. We need to make
it, and he just thinks they're played out. And he acts like I said, Bill, when
Billy
charge things, I'm just playing it. When I get access to what I want, I'm not asking for much. I'm gonna drop the keys to this brand new ass Lamborghini out here, and I'm gonna tell you, go ahead, run my chickens over. And but
that's what my brother said he's gonna do. He called me a fat farmer when I was younger, curly noodle head, picking on me, gang stalked me from the beginning, and he said he's gonna run my chickens over when I own my farm. So with his Lamborghini, so I want to be able to be the one to give him the keys to the Lamborghini. And on my farm with all my chickens running around and say, hey, Billy, go ahead, run over my chickens. I mean, I already caught up to you, so what more can I do?
You should not be doing what you've been doing. That gives us more authority. So I want to retire. I want to take care of my family and all my people on my list, my subscribers, anyone that's experienced this, anybody that's ever given me a problem, anybody that still hates my guts, any enemies I still have. I want all the people that have been watching my channel to be taken care of. After they learn lesson, what patience and faith can do for you if you just hang in there.
I'm just going to go through all these timestamps real quick, one after another, and I'll try not to tie anything else in. I just want to go to it and get to it. I can come back to it later, slow it down.
Strings on this guy called Joe Biden. Let me remind you of some things that happened in the past. And you have the Holy Spirit, and the two become one, and your vision is single from above. Okay, y'all ready? Let me remind you of some things that the guy that's pulling the strings on this guy called Joe Biden. Let me remind you of some things that happened in the past people may have forgotten. All coming, and it's coming very quickly again.
That one video, Click, I was going to upload it. The day I did the live stream down in Center City, not the last time, the time before that, I was done, and then I was going to the YouTube, the stop right there at the end of the Love Park. And at some point I was leaning down, showing my shoes because I needed to be the ones to do it, the boots on the ground. And somewhere at the YouTube, because it says YouTube on the sign in Israel, the front. But I went to upload the video. I titled it, It Isn't What It Isn't, or It Is What It Is. No, it isn't what it isn't. And it just didn't upload, and I still have it here on the phone, but I just didn't upload it. You can't even see anything. That's the stop sign. There. So you can see YouTube, it's the sign. So it's showing a drone. And it's like, stop. Right here. And the details of that is November 29th, 2022. You just have to read it backwards at the top. Today's December 6th. It's not putting anything in front of the camera. It messes it up. Messes up the lighting. So yeah, YouTube, but I didn't upload the video. Or I tried to, it just interfered somehow.
You're stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. When he wants me to know something, he does it in twos. I was in complete shock when he gave these
YouTube
today. And then oddly enough, out of nowhere, this fell on my foot.
Yeah, I remember I was showing my boots on the ground that day.
And I looked down and said, YouTube 360. And since I went to Florida, when I stopped in at Steve's, it's like we've come full circle. We've come full circle.
Good afternoon, friends. Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live.
I've come full circle, and the Lord's proven that I've come full circle. So,
see, because before you said Steve, a really nice guy, and on record, Stephen James isn't a nice guy, but I know behind the scenes he really is. So, you know, how do you take it? One of them is, really. But remember, Satan can transform himself to an angel of light, and the other one is acting like he isn't, but he really is. I mean, now he is, at least. He might have been a real dick before.
So if you'll just bear with me, all right, guys.
If you just bear with me, and that always takes me back to the bear with the United States map. The first 1,200 miles from home to the Beach International Trump Resort. And to bear with me, so there's the king, the dragon, standing on the sand of the seashore. 4, 3, 2, 1, before the fire. If you bear with me, there's a bear, and he's on fire. It's definitely on fire. The king is 4, 3, 2, 1 before the fire guy. So this guy right here is the fire, and the king is before him. And then this guy is before like Noah, before the water guy. And this guy here is water. So he's before this water guy, Noah, and the bear. But because this is burnt hair and Elon Musk is trying to take that position, maybe that's what he turns into in the end. I don't know. But this is definitely a bear. And he has his chains are broken because the beast is unleashed and hurt from his past something or another.
About the Birmingham games, when they roll out the big beast, and they say, and the commentators say, and the beast has been set free and broken his chains, and is enraged by past hurts and injustices, and the women in a parallel act of emancipation have set themselves free. So that's two things where the beast is set free. One is the band called The Warning. The other is the Birmingham Gates. What about the Ozzy Osbourne patient number 9, where the number 9 turns upside down, so you have a 6 and a 9, same as.
And it would be between a 6th hour and a 9th hour darkness, 3 events.
And it was right there at gate 3. Yeah, I'm going to try not to tie things in. I'm just going to get straight to the timestamp. So all of them in a row.
You turn it upside down. Say that's what Satanism does. They invert the cross. Kind of like YG. He had those red tinnies. And said
I wonder if Boldly had red tennis shoes.
Bloodbath, remember? YG, the rapper. The name of the tennis shoes are called Bait. Let me show you something real quick. Maybe you guys forgot. This is John Podesta's brother right here, Tony Podesta. I'm going to read this right here.
Oh, I see that right there. It's bent over. I was looking at that, like the bent over, but it seems like this is the face of somebody here. Maybe he has a hand on his arm, his shoulder is going over, and he has, and his hat, his army hat is on, his eye is looking in this direction. Maybe even the thinking man, like Rod. It kind of looks like he's kneeling down on his knee here and kneeling down on the other one. And his shoulder is rounded off here. And his hat. And his eyes looking there, and his nose. And his hands just on his mouth. Like, like that. Even there more so with the hat. The brim, the face is definitely going in this direction. But I don't know what he's doing there, just sitting. Is that Bigfoot? Is that Bigfoot? Kind of looks like Bigfoot.
You know what? I'll just enlarge that one. And it says, since everyone seems to be obsessed with Jeffrey Dahmer at the minute.
I don't know, is that Stephen James?
It's worth reminding everybody that
serial killer.
Tony Podesta,
his brother is in charge.
The brother of John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager.
Tony Podesta, the brother of John Podesta. Steve Banoon's campaign manager is a replica.
Has a replica of one of Dahmer's victims hanging in his home, and there it is.
Wife a bit creepy too. Oh, I know what it reminds me of. The clay figures that were made about me. All the creepy clay figures you got hanging on the... Yeah. Okay. Look at that. The JK. Spider working double time. Hurry, my children. Drink, drink, penis. The JK. Jonathan Click. Revelation. That's the name of the channel. Robin Hood. Barb Wise. The Plug. Don't care. 007. Robin Hood. Babylon has fallen down. I think their heads are way too big.
Let's just take a little dose of reality real quick. So there's one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims. He used to bend them over, cut their heads off, bend them over like that. And here's Tony Podesta, which is John.
Hey, Tony. Are you John's brother?
John Podesta's brother. You know, no big deal that these are the people that run your... No big deal that these are the people that run your government. It's probably perfectly normal to have a sculpture like that in your house. And I'm diligent, and that I make sure that I'm here for you guys, and that I continue to ring this bell and let you know it is absolutely coming. And I'm going to show you the ways in which the Lord confirms over and over and over and over again. Jonathan, warn my people, because there's a, you know, his people are few and far between. I don't know if you guys understand that. There's not a whole lot of us. There's not.
These are angels that are here, and there's only a few of them.
Not a whole lot of us. There's not. The Bible says, narrow is the path and hard is the way that leads to life, and few there be that ever find it. There's not a whole lot of us. There's not. The Bible says, narrow is the path and hard is the way that leads to life, and few there be that ever find it. And when you discover the truth,
Wind blades.
Says the truth lives here. Giant wind blade. And it says the truth lives here. Well, there's no way to... I had already gotten my confirmation that morning, raise up a banner, and then an hour or so later I come back and that's put in front of me. There's no way to doubt it then. It's like there's just no way. The timing, the circumstances, all that. The Lord's always in the timing. So anyway, so I raise up a banner, and then an hour or so later I come back and that's put in front of me. And it says the truth lives here. I mean, I would expect, I'm hoping that the bride of Christ leaves any moment. Something's going to happen. Just like...
Breaking news this Christmas morning from Nashville. An explosion that has rocked downtown Nashville sent heavy black...
An explosion and Christmas being a gift, well, that's only if nobody really dies. And it's exactly the way that I've seen it happen.
In my first term, we ended the war in Iraq. In my second term, I will win the war on Christmas.
Now, at the same time, Barack Obama, his second term, he was still the president in 2020. Joe Biden got inaugurated, or was that? No. No. Trump was in president. He was going for a second term, and then he was taken out. Okay. So Barack Obama's first and second term were already up in 2016. And then, so how can his second term be anything other than what it already was? Did he win any war on Christmas back then? Well, no. But if you use one term two times, like Yeah, he was in office twice, but it was really one term. He went all the way through. There was no. Trump is going to have a second term coming up because that would be the second time he becomes president. Barack Obama was president one time all the way through. The second term would be when he's at 8:48 a.m. when he is lifted above all nations. He will be acknowledged. Well, Joe Biden, when he was standing in front of the Chase Bank, the Chase Bank, and he was up there, it showed the clock again, and he was there at 8:48 p.m. as the light portion of the twin, but at night. Barack Obama, as a dark portion of the twin, was there in the morning, 8:48 a.m., saying, reading, "Be still, know that I am God." He was reading Psalms 46 at that time. Joe Biden is the 46th president, so everything is mirror imaged, black and white, supposedly good and evil, light and dark, 8:48 a.m., 8:48 p.m. Be still, know that I'm God. The water stood still on October 21st, 2020, when I was down at 17 JFK looking for a bomb to go off. But instead, Obama showed up at the link, and he thanked Mr. Philadelphia, Charlie Mack. He worked his first job at Baskin Robbins. You see him every single day. And by the way, what his appointees are doing is distracting all of us from destructive behavior that we're trying to do, and also what our last name is. So all that in that same day, Barack Obama, Jonathan Kleck needed to show me something. He showed me what Barack Obama said. He showed me he could turn the water off the fountains at 8:48 a.m. on that same exact day. As he's showing Barack Obama with that video in the morning before I went down there, 5 minutes after I started watching the video that morning on October 21st, saying I need to go down to Harold Camping's World. I interpret it as Harold Camping's World, October 21st. And then that ties me into 3 years ago with the Home Depot. The tornado click that happened, that I was pointing to my Home Depot hat the day before. And then the day after, tornado was torn through there. So at 102.05,
Okay, so that's impossible. No one tells you you speak the language of angels at Home Depot and then their card doesn't work. Speak the language of angels at Home Depot and then
on October 20th, 2019.
Slam dunk it one more time, so I have
I'm trying to think of which way to go.
Damage to some Garland neighborhoods as well. This is near Shiloh Road, north of LBJ Freeway. There are trees down, many homes with roof damage. Garland police say they have no reports of any serious injuries, however. And the tornado, pretty clearly, I don't think we need to say may have, a tornado hit northeast Dallas last night.
We've seen the video, yeah. Brandon Todd is live in the Lake Highlands neighborhood where a Home Depot store was badly damaged. Brandon?
Yeah, good morning, guys. The damage here in this area is evident before you ever get to this Home Depot. You can see this entire section here around Forest and Central is dark. Everywhere I look, it's dark. Power is...
That's the day before, and then the day after. And they gave me a shout out, Shiloh at Robin Lane.
tell everybody that, yes, this is about to happen soon. I'm going to show you the very next morning what the Lord gave me. My phone.
The very next morning, again, when I did the video the day before, December 24th, 2020, because I sensed that something big was getting ready to happen. Just some explosion somewhere around 6 o'clock or so, somewhere between 6 and 9.
To what Obama says while he's campaigning for Warnock. I want you to look at the symbology.
The guy in this video.
Wait a minute.
I want to thank Mr. Philadelphia what our last name is.
I want you to listen very closely to what Obama says while he's campaigning for Warnock.
What our last name is.
You just said, but we don't give him serious responsibilities because he's letting them know, hey, he's not running things. Who do you think's running things?
It's not Joe Biden. Before that, I should have shown a clip. When I was doing Joe Biden, I tripped in the beginning.
Put an earpiece in the person he's talking to, like Joe Biden, who obviously has an earpiece and reads out loud what he has written down, and he messes up. And
Steve does that too, reading the script.
Talking to you like Joe Biden, who obviously has an earpiece and reads out loud what he has written down, and he messes up and gives away his hand all the time. Okay, so why would you say, let me ask you this honest question, why would you say in my second term we're going to win the war on Christmas? Okay, so in the celebration of Christ, and or he is also saying, well, on Christmas Day, what's running him is going to pull the trigger on Christmas. But either way, it's not good, right? It's okay. So,
I mean, you were talking about Christmas. This is why I brought up the Christmas from last 2 years ago. Because when you start talking about Christmas again, it's going to get me to go back to the Christmas that everything happened that I said except for the fact that it wasn't in Philadelphia. That's basically it. So if it happens this time in Philadelphia on December 25th, 2022, and it's Liberty 1, Liberty 2, 17th JFK-ish, William Penn building being the Pentagon, the William Penn building being gone. Maybe it's brimstone coming from fire from heaven to deceive those that dwell upon the earth. Because either way, the beast and the false prophet are in the lake of fire right now, and they're being tormented day and night because they have to continually watch my videos. So, busted. It is a joke. Like the Joker who stole the Batmobile. You can either believe the Joker, or what was your other option that you were giving people, Steve? Something you were only giving them two options, but it was pointing to the same person. Joe. Joke. Joe Biden. Joke. You can either believe what I'm saying or follow after the Joker. It's like heads I win, tails you lose.
The inverted cross, the rejection of Christ, is the inverted cross. So anyway, so
A real Christian, like, I don't label myself a Christian at all. I label myself
that
just
you see the eye opening of a patient that's laying there dead, in an operating room. At the very moment that happens, Lord, to me, look at the marker. At the moment they did. But it so you have a 6 and 9, same as Billie Eilish. You turn it upside down. That's what Satanism does. They invert the cross. The inverted cross, the rejection of Christ is religion. And it made a video of the very day that I bought this shirt. I mean, I literally was playing a video that my phone made that had the very day I bought this shirt standing in front of a lighted sign that was another tidal wave. And could you please slam dunk it one more time? So tidal wave, tidal wave, tidal wave. We'll win the war on Christmas.
Hello, Lucifer. Hello. Right, Steve? You know what I mean? Giving a shout out to Lucifer, Eve. Eve charging has arrived. EV. Hello. 3 Lakes, Route 3, Abaddon, sheep slaughter. Everything's going to be disabled. Like the money exchangers, the way that they exchange currency.
Wow. And then this guy just stares at me and he said, "Tu hablas la lengua de Los Angeles." And I said, "Sí, yo hablo la lengua de Los Angeles." He said, "You speak the language of the angels." And I said, "Yes, I speak the language of the angels." Emmanuel, with us is El, the Almighty God, Raul Alfonso. And I heard the Lord tell me this was a meeting that I set up for you. I'm coming. I want you to know I'm coming. And I was like, I feel it. I can feel it. I know he's coming.